Welcome back to Booze on the Rocks. My name is David Edwards, and today we are going to use these to make the Gin Basil Smash. But first, this. Alright, let's get into the history of the Gin Basil Smash. Now, a smash is a casual icy julep containing some spirits, sugar, and some kind of herb or fresh fruit. Now, the history of the smash goes back to at least as far as the 1862 book, How to Mix Drinks. And the name smash comes from the idea that on a hot day, one takes whatever fruit is on hand and smashes it all together to make a refreshing beverage. But the Gin Basil Smash was invented by York Meyer in 2008. It was originally named the Gin Pesto. And York was the owner of Le Lion Bar de Paris in Hamburg, Germany. And he invented this drink after trying the whiskey smash, which was invented by Dale de Graaf. And Dale was a mentor for many young mixologists while he was at the Pegu Club. Now, the Gin Basil Smash is basically a gin mojito with basil instead of mint. But that was enough to impress pretty much a good chunk of Europe. So let's get into making a Gin Basil Smash. Okay, so for that, I'm going to need my mixing glass. And you need 8 to 12 leaves of basil. And we want to use fresh basil. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all this basil, as wonderful as that is, gives off a, oops, I don't want that piece. That's important. You want to make sure that you've got good leaves. You don't want to have a leaf that's got a little bit of something on it that you don't want. Okay? So you can't go wrong with too much basil, okay, because this is a nice smell. So here I got my muddle. And what we're going to do is we're going to muddle this and break this down. But when I muddle this, I want to use a really good punch down and twist and technique. So what we're doing is we're starting to break down the fibers, we're bruising them, so what's happening is it's getting a lot of the oils out, you're getting the aromatics out. And you can smell this. If I had smell-o-vision, you'd be able to smell the good fresh basil. So try this at home, just bruising some fresh basil leaves, and you'll be able to get that smell that you may not see, and you definitely won't see from the dried basil leaves you normally buy from your grocery store. But I do have here a local gin. This is Georgian Bay Gin. It's local, within about an hour of where I live. And as I've said before, I do prefer at all times, if I can, to buy local. Oh, did you hear that? Let's do this again. We want good sound. Not bad at all. I got a thing for that cork sound, just so you know. So I need 2 ounces or 60 mils of this booze. This is a Georgian Bay gin. It actually comes also, and they use wild juniper berries to make this, as well as local botanicals from the area. Okay. I also need 3/4 ounce of lemon. So again, depending on the size of your lemon is the amount of juice that you'll get. But I happen to have this really good squeezer here that'll give me exactly what I want, because these lemons seem to be pretty big. No problems there. And of course, I need 1/4 ounce of a simple syrup. And I'm using a 1-to-1 simple syrup that you can make at home very, very easily. Now, the benefits to this, and this is an interesting thing, is now we're going to add some ice. Okay. It looks fancy, looks pretty, that's okay. But you see, what's going to happen with the ice is it's actually going to give a really good mix, and it's really going to break up the gin. So we're going to shake this for a good 15, 20 seconds. And now I need my rocks glass. Okay. You can do it in any glass you want. I just happen to like my rocks glass. I just like the way everything looks when I put stuff into it. Okay. But one of the things you need to do for this is we are going to we're going to fine strain this. Okay, because we want to get all the little bits of the basil out of here. And we're going to get a nice, beautiful green cocktail here that's very, very pretty. Oh, and it smells beautiful too. Nice and basil-y. Okay, you really don't smell the gin too much. So, and you can garnish this any way you want. I'm going to use a sprig of basil here. Now, when I redid this a few times, I kept calling this mint. I don't know what's wrong with me. Probably too many of these drinks because they're really good and they sneak up on you. So let's see how they taste. Sorry about the slurping. Oh, that's good. That's really good. You don't get too much of the gin. The lemon is very well balanced. You wouldn't think the basil would actually come out as nice as this. Oh yeah. Barbarian Dave's gonna come out. It's been a while since he's been out. I'm gonna just jam that in there. Excellent drink. Everybody should try it. Unless you don't like basil, of course. But even then, try it just to see what you like. Because you don't think that this would come out. It's kind of nice and tart. It's leveled nicely. I want to know what kind of a smash that you would make. Do you like the basil? Would you like to try something different? Put that in the comments down below. I'm going to put the directions on how to make this in the description below. If this is your first time to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell notifications. That way, every time we make a new video, you get notified. And smash that like button. But if you didn't like this video, you didn't find it entertaining or informative, hit the thumbs down button twice. And we'll see you next time. Now I'm listening to jazz music in my head. Oh yeah, I have to do the intro first.